So there comes that time in every man's life when he accidentally says to his wife, "Look at that dump truck." And then she's mildly offended, and then you gotta backtrack, go buy a dump truck. No, I was looking at this about this dump truck I was looking at. That's not what happened, but we got a dump truck. Let's go check it out. This thing's awesome. I was keeping an eye on an auction. It was online auction, farm auction, stuff like that happens all over the place. And this one was fairly local. I'm watching this, and I called the guy. Actually, I knew the guy who was auctioning everything off because I bought some stuff off him earlier. And I'm like, "Hey man, when was the last time?" It said on the listing that this thing doesn't run. And I was like, "Yo, when was the last time that thing ran?" He's like, "Dude, that thing ran like 6 months ago." And I'm like, "All right, awesome. Check it out. International 1982 dump truck." We'll do a quick little montage. Oh yeah, and did I mention it's got a crane? Now you might think, you're like, "Oh, that's a grapple bucket." I thought it was a grapple bucket. It's not a grapple bucket, it's just a crane. So not even exactly sure what you do with just a crane, but we'll figure something out. We also gotta see if it works. So check this out. These are bracing hydraulics. So these things, they come out and then down, and then they go down. So you can pick stuff up with the crane and not tip over. Also, we got controls on this side. If you're on this side, right? Clearly, you can hit the body with the truck with the crane. And then on the other side, check it out. You also have levers, and I think they're connected. Yeah, look, they're actually connected with metal pipes. What is this? Pull to apply, parking brake, Midland push release. I don't know what that does, but it's connected to this one. That's something. I don't know what that does. And then you got the big cylinder right here, and that's supposed to make it dump. I think this is the lever that connects to it, but it's seized up. So we'll have to grind that down and bang it with something, see if we can get that unseized. It is air brakes, which is pretty cool. Check this out. Let's come up the ladder over here. You're wondering, you're like, "Sean, why you need a dump truck?" Well, it was $1,400. For $1,400, would you not buy a dump truck? Oh, this piece of wood is, don't trust this piece of wood. Nope. Think about this. I'm not moving logs. I drive the truck in here. I pick the logs up with the truck, bring them down here, stick them in the back. Then transport the logs someplace else. I don't know. This gotta be something I can do. Oh, check this out. When it's fully out, it can do 700 kilograms. When it's fully in, it can do 3,800 kilograms. What is 3,800 kilograms? What is 700 kilograms? 700. How much weight is 700 kilograms?
To convert 700 kilograms to pounds, you multiply by 2.025. So 700 kilograms times 2.025, approximately 1543.5 pounds. So 700 kilograms is about 1543.5 pounds.
That's not bad. It can pick up 1,500 pounds. What is about 3,800 kilograms? How much is that?
For 3,800 kilograms to pounds, 3,800 K times 2.025, approximately 8,377 pounds. So 3,800 kilograms is about 8,377 pounds.
So this thing can move 8,300 pounds. This could pick up a car. If we had to work and we'd put the mini truck back here. Man, we gotta get this thing running. We got this at an auction, and I was telling the guys, I was like, they were like, "Hey, how you gonna get that thing home?" And I'm like, "We're talking about I'm gonna drive it home." And they're like, "You're not driving that thing home, man. I think it hasn't started in a while." Me and my buddy Joe, let's open this thing up. Me and my buddy Joe, we threw a new battery in it, and it fired right up. Also, it seems to keep on jumping the belt. I think we fried the alternator, so I don't think it's charging. And I think we just unplugged it. So this is unplugged because I think it was smoking. Smoke was coming out of the alternator because when we got to it, the battery was plugged in backwards. So we put it in right. It's good. So I got to get that rebuilt. I don't know why the air compressor belt keeps on popping off, but I can just reach down in here. Hold on. Fixed it. Either there's not enough tension or the belt's just, that's pretty loose. The belt's just stretched. Kind of good, kind of bad. This is not your typical diesel Detroit engine that you might expect to see in an old International dump truck. It's a 404 International V8. Gas, it's gasoline powered. And you might be thinking like, oh, it's dumb, man. I don't need that much power. It's geared so low. I think it can tow 20,000 tons or something. I don't know, who knows. Tires look pretty good. This is, when you step on this side, this other side comes up. It's like a booby trap, which is cool. Once again, back tires look awesome. And this is a dump bed. Frame looks good. Oh, and I drove it here. Like I drove it 30 miles to get here. The most I could go was 35 miles an hour. Man, that was the best 35 miles an hour I've ever done. Check this out. Here's I don't know what that is. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if something's living in here. Oh, check it out. That's the pintle hook. All right, see. So climb up in the truck. It's not running good at lower RPMs. Higher RPMs seems pretty good. Also, everything's in Spanish. Luminaire, de Travel. I don't know what any of this stuff means. This says crochet capacity, 11,000 kg. No one knows what that means. Watch how good this thing starts. I'm pretty pumped about this. All right, so you reach down here. I'm gonna pull the choke out. Pull the choke out. I'm gonna press this twice. Look at that. Is the belt. Let me make sure that the belt. All right, so what has to happen is for that air compressor, it's got to spin and it's going to boost up the air pressure. And that's going to keep on going up. And once that gets high enough, now I don't know anything about anything. But once that gets high enough, it'll release the air brakes and I can drive it. Ah, it fell off again. It fell off. Without this guy being on there, it's not gonna do what it needs to do. But sometimes it hangs on there for a little while. There we go. All right, let's try that. You hear that? You hear that? That like, I don't know why it's doing that. Also, my RPM gauge just broke. That was working. Come on. All right, this is the throttle. We can pull that and hold the throttle high. RPM gauge. Come on. Let's see if I can pull the RPMs down a little bit. All right, that sounds reasonable. Didn't sound good at all. What's that smell? What are you doing to me, truck? It smells like belt or clutch. Oh, there's smoke coming out of something. What's smoke coming out of? Should I fire it up again? See, I ran really good before it made that awful noise. Oh. This is really bad. Man, did I just lock up the motor? This thing is running so good. That really came to a screeching halt, didn't it? It just kind of screeched. Where's the oil dipstick? I think that's the transmission dipstick. It goes back too far. All right, so this is interesting. It's doing nothing. Like everything is doing nothing. Blower motor. Let's check the battery. Battery's hot, but I think it's just hot because it's in the sun. Let's get the jump box up there real quick. Also, we fixed mini truck. Check it out. All right, so mini truck is back. You're wondering how we did it. Let me show you. Bent the tab, stuck them back on there. It just bent metal. This thing got bent. We actually had to re-glue that piece. That piece broke off. Battery box got bent, just hit it. And we were just banging hammers and pushing things back the way. It worked out pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with how that turned out. A guy near me has one of those like got junk businesses. Junk King or something like that, and he'll take stuff that he gets that seems like it's not trash and he'll sell it. Look at this dope trash can I got. Check it out, 40 bucks. It's got a lock on it. And then this one for 10 bucks. It's awesome. I love that stuff. I'm a sucker for a good deal. Okay, let's get the jump box. I get the jump box in here. Let's put the jump box up to the truck. That doesn't make any sense, but I don't know what, man, a screeching halt, what would have done that? Other than the engine just seizing up. Which if that's the case, I don't know if it's worth it to rebuild the engine. When I say I don't know, I mean I'm not gonna rebuild the engine. Unless one of you guys has a truck shop and you're like, hey Sean, I'll fix that truck for you. I'll get that truck running real good. And you're in Tennessee and you can come pick it up for me. And in that situation, yeah, let's do it. Let's get this truck running great. A lot of wasps around here. Get out of here, wasp. The truck's at 12.1, jump box at 12.7. That should be plenty. All right, let's go see if it'll crank over. Ugh, camera fell over, good news. Maybe we got good news. The starter is turning. Check it. Okay, so that means that the starter is doing its thing. What it's not doing is moving the engine, because I think the engine's locked up. Something's locked up. Something's stopping that engine from moving. So my plan was get the crane moving, send this thing out here, get a pinata for the kids. Where's the oil dipstick? Why do I not see that? I mean, the only reason the engine's locking up is because you're low on oil, but I don't see a dipstick anywhere. Is that your home? It's not your home anymore. Get out of here. This is my truck. It's not your home. Get out of here. Here we go. All right, this is clearly the transmission dipstick. There we go. I mean, it's got oil. All right, so I was thinking maybe the AC, the alternator locked up. It's not. It moves. Let's try to crank it again. All right, let's see if we can find the starter. Let's also see if we can get a wrench on the crank and see if we can turn the engine manually. I don't know what else to do. Is this what farming's like? I'm not gonna lie. super bummed out. This thing was working really good. I think it's likely that the starter seized up. We have fire ants here. Don't lay in a bed of fire ants. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's probably another one above that. I mean, the starter's hotter than the exhaust. Let's try to pull it off. And then once the starter comes off, we can just try to use a pry bar and see if we can turn the engine. All right, great idea. Money. 3/4. Man, that's tough. I can't get the budge. Yo, check this out. I learned this the other day. Acorn, right? Hold on. See, I'm just going like this. I kind of put it in like that. Some guy taught me this.
What's up, Sean?
What you got going on?
Nothing. I was scheduling calls for...
Okay, could you bring those pry bars and impact driver?
What'd you do?
I think either the starter locked up on the dump truck, or the engine locked up.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get something together right now.
Cool.
All right, bye.
All right, see you in a little bit. Dope. Yo, Sean, you know all the Acorn tricks. Now, hold on a second. I gotta be able to get this. Let's give it that foot power. Nope, that didn't work. All right, there's gotta be another bolt for that starter. All right, looks like we're waiting for Joe to come back with the piece we need. Let me clean my hands real quick. Put a new battery in the camera. And then show you guys something cool I found. So my dad's coming this weekend. He's gonna see the property for the first time. Also, what should we name it? I'm excited to show it to him. I got I spent like 8 hours mowing this field out here so I can bring the kids out and we can hang out. It looks really good. I'm pumped about it. Also, before I show you this thing I found, so when I moved from Pennsylvania, I had a really small yard, maybe like a 1/4 acre, but I was like, I need the smallest commercial grade lawnmower. So I bought an Exmark, not sponsored by Exmark, and it might be too small for me now, but I got 20 hours on it. It's sat in storage for 2 years. I pull the thing out, I put a jump box on it, sucker fires right up. So I'm pretty pumped about it. I'm pretty impressed. It's the dirtiest it's ever been. I try to keep my stuff clean and running. I like to keep my stuff running, you dumb old truck. Why you gotta be like that? Thought you were cool. Don't even have a fire extinguisher. You let me down, truck. You let me down. All right, read a bunch of comments. I was pumped about them. They were awesome. You guys are the best. A lot of people were saying I need a skid steer, tractor, backhoe, skid loader. No one said dump truck, but I think we need one anyway. A lot of people said this, and I'm aware of this. I need a place to keep my stuff safe and hidden from the elements. I saw a snake back here yesterday. I gotta watch out. Don't tell Craig, he hates snakes. Hidden from the elements. And I found this. And I think this might end up being the place. So what my plan is to get some shipping containers, make a U out of containers and put a roof over top of it. I need to keep my dirt bikes here and my kids' dirt bikes so we can ride and hang out and have fun, and it's not a big deal. We have to trailer everything in here. So check this out. There's a local guy around here, hangs around, I forget his name. He told me that the government built this pond, built the pond over there. And they took all these rocks, well, somewhere these rocks came from the property, and they put them all up here. It's dangerous. I went and stepped on that rock. That rock is about to teeter over. So I need to do something with this. But I'm thinking, move all these rocks to one side, bring the dirt up, make a big level place right here. And this is where I put my stuff. It's nice and it's hidden. No one knows where it's at. It's secure. Probably something in here. Bears and whatnot. So that's what I'm thinking. If any of you guys have any experience with Connex boxes, I'm thinking like the 40 foot, 9.5 feet tall. I'd like to get at least one with the side doors, not the end doors, but they're a lot more expensive. Also, it's nice and shady. I'm gonna need a place to chill out and with some shade when it's hot outside. Bulldozer, let's talk about the bulldozer, what it costs to rent a bulldozer. There's some hidden costs there. I paid the extra $100 to get a warranty on it. And I was like, cool, that covers everything? They're like, yeah. I'm like, does that cover if it gets stuck? They're like, oh yeah, that covers if it gets stuck. I'm like, yeah, all right. I'm gonna get this thing stuck. I didn't. What I found out was that, they didn't explain this to me, any damage that happens to it, I'm still liable for 10% of the damage, up to $500. So I did, I broke all the lights off, the backup camera stopped working. I got a big tear in the seat, and a branch must have came up and just like right underneath my leg, just tore the seat. I kind of felt bad. I wasn't trying to mess it up. I didn't mess it up, I just tore some lights off and it was fine. They weren't like mad about it. This is what they do. So I got charged for that. And then on top of that, I'm not complaining. This is just, I'm just filling you guys in, because the last thing I said was like, it was $1,200 to rent the dozer. It's actually $650 for the day. But it's $1,200 total to get it delivered. So if you had it for more days, it'd only be $650 a day more. And I think it's like $3,000 or $4,000 a month or a week. And then also I didn't fill it up as much as I didn't put all the diesel back up. So it was like $150 in diesel fuel. They charge you $9 a gallon. And I think it ended up being about $1,500, which is still not bad for a diesel. But renting stuff, there's always additional costs. Also buying stuff, there's additional costs. Hey, Joe's here. Forget you, Joe. Forget you, Joe. You were just dying to get out. I was like, man, how can I help Joe out? He was dying to get out of the office.
Gotta get out of the office.
Get away from Mitchell.
Ants.
Oh yeah, this.
A couple bajillion. Tool.
The big boy.
Tool.
Oh, two of them.
Tools.
All right. Good news is we're right on top of an ant pile, so we gotta lay in it.
You going in?
Yep. I'm going down.
What are you trying to do first?
Pull the starter off. Uh-oh. It worked. That bolt came off. That bracket came off. Joe, jump in there and tell me if you can see another bolt holding that starter on there. It's right here.
Oh.
I got that bolt. Actually, you know what I can do? I might be able to use the camera to look up in there.
Look at the top.
I can't tell.
Did you try tapping the starter?
No. Try to crank it, see what happens.
Is the battery dead?
No, we have pretty good juice. We have a jump box on it too. We can try to turn the motor from the flywheel if we pull the starter out.
Did you get the bolt on top?
I did.
Should be it then, right? Those two?
No, you mean on top? No, that's the one I can't find. Like, I don't see a bolt on top. Unless it's up here.
It's right here.
You see one?
Well, I feel it. My finger's right on it.
Look on that frame rail. There should be one, like, the bolt's like 1.5 inches long.
Yeah. All the things together.
Yes. So best case scenario, we pull the starter out. We go to turn it
And
with the
it's
key,
locked up.
and it's locked up.
Yep.
Worst case scenario, that starter sounds great. It cranks over like a champ. Give it a yank and it pull out.
Yeah, it's out.
It's out.
Yeah.
The starter's down.
Yeah. You want me to tap the starter?
I can't really see it at this angle. Yeah, let's just do it.
Ready to try?
Yeah. Let me turn the jump box on. All right, do it now. It doesn't even seem like it's getting to the starter. Think I can connect the starter right to the jumper box right to the starter?
Maybe.
Probably the big one's positive, right? Yeah, that sounds right. Oh. Oh, well that's funny. My thing just fell out of it. Well, I guess we should, let's disconnect the battery and then try to get the starter out. Where's the 1/4 inch driver? I'll just do an adapter. The 10 mil's gone, of course. You got it?
Yeah, dude, and it was for sure this. This is already all, it's like blue. Like it got super hot. You see that?
Yeah. We can just throw power up to it just to 100% confirm.
My guess is that it didn't get disengaged.
Give me that 3/4 inch. Yeah, that big guy. That's my guess too. I mean, they both have to touch. I can still go like this.
Yep, locked up.
Let's just get even more confirmation that the engine's not seized up. See if I can spin the flywheel. I'm turning it.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I saw it turn a little bit. That's confirmation that it's not seized. If it was seized, you wouldn't be able to do that.
That's good news. Do we have to go to like a truck shop?
Ooh, that's a good point too. I don't know. What size motor is this? Do you know?
404 International V8. A motor that no one's ever heard of. All right, so I'm back. Good news, we tracked down, we called a million places. It was impossible. It was very hard to find a starter for that thing. We found a guy who's like, I can rebuild it. He was up in Nashville, and I was like, cool. Well, we ran the starter up there, and he was like, this thing exploded. It was unrebuildable, and he happened to have one for like $190 or whatever. It was very reasonable. So we got it. He also sold us an alternator that should work for this. Bed. I'm here. I came here early in the morning. I wanted to get this thing fixed. I want to get that boom working. I want to see if that boom works. We'll show it to you guys. I want to see if the dump body works. But as you can see, it's awesome and raining outside. So, new plan, and I got the trailer. I'm gonna try to park the van with the trailer and the awning facing over the truck, which should give me a little bit of rain coverage. Yeah. Man, look at that. That is muddy. Klaus loves playing in the mud. Some would say Klaus is a mudder, and his mudder wasn't mudder. His mudder wasn't mudder? There we go. There we go. Are you for real? No, am I getting stuck in nothing? This is pretty bad. I'm tearing things up over here. I'm not able to do anything that I'm not able to get Klaus to move anywhere where I want him to go. And you're probably wondering, you're like, why are you doing this in the rain? I got other stuff I gotta do. If I can keep on backing up a little bit and get it right around there, this might just work. This is why I need mud to MTs. Mud terrains for Klaus. That's way worse than I thought. But I kind of accomplished what I was looking to accomplish. Let me get this screen clean. If you guys don't know, this is Klaus. Klaus is a big German thing that brings gifts, transports precious material. All-wheel drive. Those are highway tires. You know, it's only going to do so well. I'm sure the starter. Bam. All right, so we got the new starter. Big old starter. And here's my plan to not get soaked. All right, we got the toolbox. You guys are gonna love this. Inflatable camping pad. This will work. Unless it soaks up the water. No. Now I think we all know how this is gonna turn out. The second I'm done and soaked, and it cost me significantly longer to do it because it's raining. The second I'm done, sun comes up, all the rain dries up. Oh no, the stream is soaking into my pants. It's getting worse. Can we just sit here for a second and enjoy the fact I'm getting soaked on my own property, fixing my own dump truck? It's awesome. This is what dreams are made of. Shoot, man. Does it get any better than this? All right, so I got the starter put in where it goes. It's not bolted in, but it's sitting there. And then I thought it'd just be one wire, but there's like four big wires going to the positive. I don't know why that is. A lot of stuff's falling on my eyeball. And then I'm gonna run this, the small wire, which I think is the switch power for the relay. But very importantly, the small wire cannot be touching the big wire. All right, let's get this bottom bolt in here. The pad idea worked really good. This gap right here did not work very well. Oh, I'm getting my tools wet. Throw it in the comments. Who loves wet jeans? Just soaked wet jeans. Someone's gotta love it. Ugh, I'm sitting in a puddle. It's dripping right in my eyeball. Oh, that's not gonna work. I need a wrench. Dang, I'm having a hard time getting this bolt to thread in there. I'm gonna loosen the bottom one. See if it's not lined up right. All right, I got one bolt out of the two. There's no way. They made this starter like significantly bigger, and you can't even get a socket in it. I think I got it. With the exception of the one bolt. Let me show you what we got going on. Before we were able to get the socket up to that top bolt. Now the socket won't even fit between the bolt because they made the starter cylinder bigger. Like a lot bigger, which may not be a problem for some applications, but for this application, I don't know. You gotta get it from some other way. I think we'll be fine. The battery should be unplugged. Let's just confirm that it's unplugged so we can plug it back in. Should crank this thing up. I like those cloths, those like cleaning, like shop rag things. But they leave, you almost need to wash your hands from that. They get the grime off, but now I gotta wash my hands to get the shop rag cleaner. Don't get it in your eyes, it hurts. Good news, sun's coming out. All right, good job, Joe. Ugh, finger tight racing. We should be good. If I didn't say it before, let me tell you what I think happened. The starter switch was getting stuck, and I had to like manually pop it off, like so it wasn't like non-stop starting. The starter switch was getting stuck, and we think it got stuck open, like on, and the whole time it was running at a much higher RPM than what the starter can do. It just exploded. And that's what that smoke was. Wet jeans aren't that bad. The thought of wet jeans is way worse than the actual wet jeans. If you don't think about it, it's not that bad. It smells gross in here. All right, let's do it. Pump it. Choke. Okay, no worries. I think it might be a dead battery. So let's go to the jump box on it. We planned for this. Nah, it should be good. All right, jump box is on. Now let's try it. We broke something else. We did break the starter. That was that was clear as you see how the key's getting stuck. Well, not now, but it was. There's not much between the key and the starter, unless I hooked it up wrong. There's a little wire on the starter. There's two sides to it. I assume they were the same thing. I assume they were the exact same thing, just like whatever application it worked better. Maybe that's not right. All right, so here's the next idea. Let's just see if it cranks over. Let's take the jump box directly to the starter and see if we can get any action that way, which means we're back on the floor. But before we do that, let's make sure it's in neutral, which it is. And then the brake should be on. Actually, out of curiosity, let me just turn the key. Let's turn the accessories on and see if it'll start. All right, so here's the ground. I think the ground was just something like there. Oh, maybe it's not grounded. Is that possible? Because before it had a bracket. All right, make sure I'm not in any way of any fans or belts. Well, that should be doing it. Unless it's this one. Hold on, this could be. Alright, that's the problem. I got this one connected to the wrong one. I got it connected to the easy one. And of course, it's supposed to go to the harder one. Shoot, I should go disconnect the battery. Unless we get shocked. There we go. There we go. Okay, I got it. Let me just tighten it up. Let me tighten it up with the wrench. I'm not really sure if I'm even tightening anything. No, what the frick? Dang it, it broke off. What the heck? All right, that should do it. That should do it. Let's go, fire this thing up. This is for real. I don't think it even needs a jump box. Let's put the jump box on it anyway. So I'm down there. I'm screwing on this, the tiniest little 11, 30 second, little tiny thing. I dropped one, I lost it, I can't find it. There's another one, I grabbed the other one. I lose that one. And then, the little stud breaks off. So I had just enough to get it on there. So let me switch batteries. All right, if this doesn't start, well, I mean, we all know I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm not gonna say I don't know what I'm doing, because I don't know what I'm doing. I keep on hearing something over there. Big one. Also, great idea. With all this mud and tracks, let's carve out like a dinosaur foot. I'm trying to convince my kids that a dinosaur stepped 1 foot. And then, you know what I mean? They'll believe it. They're very small. All right. Ha-ha! We did it. All right, let's pop this a couple times. No, come on. No, see, it got stuck like that. That's how it broke. I gotta keep my eye on that. This is the throttle hold. I don't actually know how it works, but there's a button. Let's see what that does. Let's try choke again. Come on, ah! Why are you so dumb? Mouse. Get out of here, you mouse. Hey. Hey, you get out of here, you mouse. You old mouse. So we got it running. It's running good. I'm still trying to get the hydraulics to do anything. That's something. All right, so I got the PTO out. It had to be at idle for me to be able to pull it out. Let's see if we can get this thing working. Check it out. It's working. Check it. right there. I gotta figure out how to unlock it. And maybe it only unlocks from the one side. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to do it. You shouldn't need two people. But this truck is running awesome. Sounds good. I still think the carb needs to work. Maybe it needs, yeah, it needs some work. It has a mouse. Oh my gosh. I can't get this thing to release. I don't know why. So I'm gonna pull the pin out. All right, I got it. You see, I got it. Check it out. How awesome is that? All right, finally figured it out. Well, we got it working. It's awesome. You want to see if we can pick up that lawnmower? Nah, we'll do that next time. Oh. All right. Well, we got it. We got the boom. We got the truck started. We got the boom working. We are farmers. I got something new that I'm excited to show you guys. I've read all your comments. I took the hints on what I should buy next, and I think you're really gonna like it. Also, I'm gonna get this thing running a little bit better, and maybe next time we'll see how it drives, see if it'll get back up in here. I'll see you guys next time.